I just wanted to remind you that you can use my code UrbanSims upon checkout when purchasing any Sims 4 content via the EA app or thesims.com. By doing so, you're directly supporting me as a creator, and I can't thank you enough. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel for yet another episode of Let's Play The Sims for Businesses and Hobbies. Right now, Markos is enjoying a nice, cold, refreshing adult beverage. Let's just call it that. I need to pause really quick because this part is going to be a little bit chatty. But in the previous episode, I mentioned how I was getting sick. That indeed did in fact happen. Next morning, woke up feeling like somebody had punched me in the face, which was great. That was about a 2-week ordeal, and now we are finally feeling better and getting back to business. If you're wondering why Markos decided to go to the local convenience store at 8 o'clock at night and purchase a 6-pack of beer when he rarely ever drinks, well, he actually used to drink quite a bit back in the day, but that is just another one of those things that he's decided to leave in the past. However, unexpectedly, a couple hours ago, he got a phone call from someone he literally never thought he'd ever hear from again. You don't know a lot about Markos's past, and he doesn't really like to share it because he's trying so desperately to get away from it. That is why he created this tattoo shop. It's his way of having a fresh start. And Markos is a firm believer that everyone deserves a second chance. However, this belief has led to him getting into some very sticky situations and often has him engaging with people he probably should have left behind. I cannot believe he's going in for another one. He is starting to crave some killer grilled cheese, and I think in the midst of this chaos, he should probably create a recipe that is unique to him, maybe unique to his, I don't know, like drunken cravings. Since now we can officially create a family recipe, that's exactly what I would like to do. I just don't know where it is. Okay, it's right here. Awesome. Great. We'll check that out in a second. Okay, so now we're going to the bathroom. He is a very busy guy. He just changed into his pajamas. Now he's taking a leak. He'd probably drink like 3 different glasses of water, which is good because he needs to hydrate. He doesn't drink very much, as I've already told you, so I know he's going to feel it tomorrow. But anyways, the reason why he's even kind of in his feels and his emotions is he is kind of having flashbacks from the past. His cousin Six, well, they're not actually cousins, but they formed a pretty close relationship while Markos was in jail, and they do have quite a few different things in common. He was a very big part of Markos' party phase. They would go to adult nightclubs, be promiscuous. They were kind of not very good people. Let's just put it like that. They got in a lot of trouble, did a lot of heists, and then they ended up actually getting arrested together. So that is pretty much the gist with a Six. No, his name's not actually Six. That's just his street name, I guess. I don't know what his real name is. He doesn't tell anybody, but he just got out of jail, like literally yesterday. His first call was Markos asking if maybe he would let him crash with him. Obviously, we live in a shed. We don't have a lot of room. So then his next question was, well, hey, obviously, dude, I know how to tattoo. He's actually done a tattoo on Markos. This right here, this rose tattoo, Six did it. So Markos already knows that Six is a pretty good artist in that way. However, having him come into the shop and with his back history that he has, it just feels a little problematic, and he kind of feels torn between being the loyal down cuz or bro or whatever you want to call it, and protecting his peace. So he isn't really sure what he's going to do, if he will actually hire Six or not, or if he's going to even continue that friendship, that relationship. They are pretty close, but him getting released so soon after what happened just kind of came to a surprise. Anyways, we don't have to keep talking about this. Markos is feeling very confident right now. This is like the time where he would want to go to like the nightclub and dance and, you know, kind of hit up the ladies or whatever, but we're really trying to keep our head focused here. So let's get into some trouble, shall we? We're going to do something really crazy. We are going to create our very own family recipe centered around grilled cheese. Like, he has the drunk munchies so bad right now. I don't even know what concoction he would come up with. Obviously, we're going to do grilled cheese. We're going to make it a party size so that we have leftovers. Our first ingredient, I'm kind of thinking, oh yeah, we could infuse it. That is for sure, but we're not doing all that. What would you pick? Like, if it was you, what would you put inside the grilled cheese? There's so many different things. I'm thinking, for some reason, avocado, as weird as it is, would probably be good. So I'm thinking we might do like tomatoes and avocados. No, actually, just kidding. I want to do avocado. Yeah, we'll do avocado. And then we're going to add like a special touch. Obviously, he's making this when he's feeling really good. So why not add in a moodlet booster? And this will increase the duration of happy and inspired moodlets. Now we just need to figure out a name for it. For some reason, I just want to call this like dank grilled cheese or like killer grilled cheese. I don't know. I don't really have a good name for it, but we're just going to call it Killer Grilled Cheese or Markos Killer Grilled Cheese. I don't know. This is like a lot more complicated than I thought it would be. Okay, cool. So also, I think we have to have level 2 of the cooking skill in order to actually make this recipe. I believe that is what Markos is currently at right now, level 2. The entire cost to make this dish is 120 freaking 6 simoleons. I don't know where they came up with that number, but that is absolutely atrocious. We're gonna accept it because I really want him to make it, but 126 simoleons, like that is expensive. We should have called it like Markos's bougie grilled cheese for how much it costs, but it is almost midnight. We have to go to bed. I really want him to, again, work on his mischief. I do want him to, unfortunately, perform that heist successfully, even though I also really want him to stay on the right path. I'm kind of fighting with that a little bit. He also wants to level up in the fitness skill. And I noticed for some reason, I don't know if it's because like I have everything in my game now and just, you know, things are different, but he put on a little bit of weight and that's fine. There's no issue with that at all. Maybe it's the freaking grilled cheese. He does want to level up in his fitness. I'm thinking of possibly buying him a workout machine. We can go and grab a serving. Let's pick it up. It's weird because I think I have something installed that's not allowing him to actually eat the serving. Like grab a serving, that thing, like it's gone. Like I don't have that option anymore. And it's so weird because I don't know what happened to it. I really don't, but we're gonna have him eat the grilled cheese sandwich. And I did see this notification over here. It says family recipe potential. This meal turned out really nice, but Markos thinks he can improve it even more. Try to create a family recipe and add some extra flavors to it. So maybe we will be able to add tomatoes after all. What would you add to his killer grilled cheese? We got avocado, we got the cheese, we got the bread. But I am curious to know what you guys would also add. He is feeling in need of social, which is kind of weird because we're literally just on the phone with 6. So I'm just gonna bump that up a little bit. But I think what we need to do right now is we need to have him go to sleep. His needs are pretty well met. I'm gonna just pretend he's a little drained on the energy there. And I think the last thing that I should have him do is put away the grilled cheese. Obviously, we don't want that to spoil. He really wants to come over and listen to music. But I'm gonna actually turn that off really quick. And then let's just get everything set up to go to bed. So we're gonna turn off all of the lights. We're gonna just leave this one on because he is a little afraid of the dark. No, actually, he's just more afraid that he's gonna get robbed in the dark and not be able to stand up for himself like last time. And then we'll finally put this wild child to bed. It is almost 9 o'clock in the morning and I wanted Markos to get a head start on being productive for the day. So he is in the stew working on some brand new tattoo designs, which will not only help with our creative palette, but it'll also bring in some simoleons as we only have 1 simoleon left to our name. I just realized how dark the studio is. So I would like to get some lights in here. And also, as I told you earlier, I would really like to get him a piece of workout equipment. So there is another update and I am so freaking sorry to do this to you. This video, I swear, is like all over the place, but y'all, you know how I've been like not feeling the best lately. I got sick again after Markos went to sleep. Like literally I've been filming this video for days. I went to the hospital. I have a like mild respiratory infection. And also I have really high blood pressure. I am back on blood pressure medication. I have not been on blood pressure medication since 2017. And there is a strong probability that I actually have Hashimoto's disease, which would make sense. It would make sense in all areas. And the reason why I'm telling you this is because if I am off, if I sound like I'm sick again, if I sound like I am struggling, I am. But truly the only reason that I'm filming is this brings me happiness and a little bit of normalcy to my life. So I just want to let you know if if I'm a mess, it's because I'm literally a mess. Like we know this already, but like not in a good way this time. So I think he finished his tattoo design and I want to say like we already seen this before, so I don't feel like awful selling it. Yes, I'm gonna sell that for 189 simoleons. Also, I noticed, I think the Sim Gods, but they have actually extended the Blast from the Past event. I'm really excited to do more of this and see if I can complete it before April 1st. So if you're still interested in like participating in that event, you still have tons and tons of time to do it. Well, maybe not tons, but you definitely have a little more time than you did before. So Markos wants to go and eat something, which is kind of weird because he shouldn't be hungry at all. We have 190 simoleons. So we're going to do a couple things. We're going to go and snag another one of these super subtle saucer lights, and I'm going to put that over the table. Hopefully this will give Markos a little more light so he knows what he's working with. And for the remaining simoleons, I think we'll just hang on to those. So he did have a want to listen to some alternative music. I'm kind of wondering if that is one of his favorite genres. Dancing is in my bones. Markos seems to be having a good time on the dance floor. Should he gain the likes of the dancing preference? Yes, I definitely think Mr. Markos loves to get down every now and again. We have our very first customer of the day. Her name is Elle. She's also AKA the Trash Bandit. I noticed that our trash can was getting kicked over literally every day that we opened up our tattoo shop, and it's because of her. She comes in with such an attitude and she just decides to take it out on a trash can. So while she's getting her tattoo done, there are a couple things I would like to do, and thank y'all for telling me the reason why Sims just randomly come into my shop and start playing around like they own the place is because of the practice tattooing activity. I didn't realize that this activity is more leaned towards if you wanted to own like a tattoo school or you wanted to teach other Sims how to tattoo, that sort of a thing. So we're going to get rid of that. Also, another little floopity doop that I did is I named it literally like ink, like incorporated, instead of risky ink with a K. So now that we've rectified everything, I think we can keep it pushing. Just from that one tattoo alone, we earned almost 400 simoleons. So Markos is starting to rake in some serious cold hard cash. I'm thinking we should probably do our very first dedication tattoo. We have Miss Oliana, I think, here. And if I'm not mistaken, she has a partner. And I think this would be a great opportunity to maybe do something that's a little symbolic of their relationship. I'm not sure what I want to do yet, but we're going to dedicate this tattoo to Alayla. And I kind of want to do, I don't know, maybe something that has like words or a letter. We could get like matching. No, actually we wouldn't do matching. Let's see. Anything else? Maybe a flower? I feel like that could be very symbolic towards their relationship. What else? Maybe the moth? I don't really know what this is supposed to be. Some of these you can't actually see, which is a little annoying. You know, we're going to keep it really simple, and I'm probably just going to go and do this little heart tattoo. Something else that I've noticed, wait a second. If you have custom content tattoos, they will also show up in your game. Your freaking, oh my God, I can actually hypothetically get my Sims ears pierced because this is my piercing overlay. And I also have, I'm dying. I love it. So actually, you know what I think I want to do instead of the heart? We're going to get a little dolphin tattoo on our ankle. I think this tattoo is perfect, especially because both of them are from Sulani. And with this tattoo, I know, mama, it hurts. I can't even imagine getting an ankle tattoo. It sounds painful. We did actually reach level 6 of the tattooing skills. Markos has unlocked the Vulpist Void Critter left leg tattoo and the Pigeon tattoo stamp. The fees he can charge for his tattooing services have increased. A legitimate but slightly serious question: who the hell came into my establishment and pranked my toilet? Like, what is that? What happens if your Sim sits on it? Doesn't it like blow up under your butt or something? Eliza's come in to get a tattoo. Obviously she's here with her husband, so I'm not sure if they're gonna do some sort of dedication tattoo, but that would be really cool. I would love to do that. Let's see how much we earn from this tattoo. So we ended up actually getting 354 simoleons, which isn't bad. I wanted him to kind of close down early. I don't know if I mentioned that already, probably have. But I kind of want to do another dedication tattoo, and we're going to offer it to Eliza in memory. Well, not in memory. He hasn't passed yet, but dedicated to Bob. I gotta admit, I'm definitely struggling with this one because I don't really feel like Eliza is a tattoo girly, but we're just going to throw this one into the void. I'm going to give her a little heart tattoo on her arm, and we're just gonna call it a damn day because I really want those simoleons so I can purchase my workout equipment. Today's shakedown of Risky Ink, we served 11 customers. That kind of seems a little preposterous because where did we serve 11 customers? Everything that we did, y'all saw. So I'm not really sure where they're getting 11 from, but it doesn't matter. We were open 8 hours, a little longer than we wanted to. We earned 1,306 simoleons, but of course, with that $75 fee, we ended up netting 1,231 simoleons. But then we ended up getting that back too because of the trashy contract, if you guys remember us getting a bunch of those. So right now we need to add more activities for the customers. Oh, our excellence is that they're enjoying our atmosphere. Cool. We could definitely improve on that. And I would love to have more activities. I just can't envision what they do. It is 6 o'clock. Our toilet is freaking broken. This is not how I wanted to spend our day, but we need to scrape and scrimp every simoleon. So I'll have Markos attempt to try to fix it himself. All of the workout machines were seriously so freaking expensive that we just settled for a basketball hoop instead. I also think this will be a great social activity. Anyways, we are picking up the trash yet again, and guess who called? No, not Nia, unfortunately. Don't worry though, we've been texting her all day. Everything's fine. She's just been really, really busy manning her own business. But Six called, and you know, we've been kind of just all over the place with that whole situation, right? And he was wondering if he could come over and hang out and catch up and things like that. And even though we would love to kind of keep our distance with Six, I am curious just to see how he's been, what he's been up to. There is one thing that Six is really good at, that is convincing Markos to do exactly what he doesn't want to do. So originally the plan was to stay back at home, maybe play some card games, have a couple drinks, order some pizza, you know, just keep it really low key and chill. And then randomly out of nowhere, Six is like, you know what? Let's go to the pub like old times. So here we are at Pub 44 in the middle of Strangerville at 12:30 at night. Granted, we have been here for a little bit, but already Markos is feeling influenced to do things that he really did want and intend to leave behind. They've had a couple drinks already. They've been having lots of fun. They even had, a couple smokes, which Markos realizes, yeah, that's something he definitely wants to leave in the past. But Six, on the other hand, I'm not surprised that he is going for it because this is his first day of freedom, really. So, I mean, what is the initiative to hold back? So I don't know who this guy is, but I think he's coming to ask if he can bum a smoke. So I'm just going to tell him to go away. Markos is going to head back in and have another drink. I'm not a fan of the influence that Six has, but you know, at the end of the day, Markos is a big guy, and so he can decide for himself what he wants to participate in and what he doesn't. So I'm going to order probably one more drink. I think what I'm going to do is get the EAPA again. I always go between like the EAPA and the Barely Bail, but we are running out of freaking simoleons. Markos came back outside to have his drink. I think Six is just going to finish up the smoke. We'll try to grab his drink, otherwise we'll just have him buy him another one. Oh, and he's feeling inclined to be mean to somebody. Maybe this guy sitting here creating really bad sentiments towards his bro Markos has him feeling some type of way. What does this guy feel about Markos? Oh, I'm unreliable. Wow, that's extremely insulting considering loyalty is the pinnacle of Markos's personality, but that's fine. And then obviously this dude is in freaking dreamland, so maybe just a little disagreement is happening here. I'm gonna probably have Markos be a little mischievous to him. We're gonna practice deception, and we're going to throw some shade like, okay, old man, you clearly don't know what you're talking about. Like, why don't you go take a seat somewhere else, you know, whatever. We're just gonna kind of, you know, make it a bigger deal than what it's worth, because obviously we've been drinking and things like that. I think, oh gosh, Six went to go grab his drink, quite literally like hold my freaking beer, because right after he finishes this, I'm gonna have Markos come back inside and I'm gonna have him tell Six what happened. So we're just gonna come over here and gossip a little bit. I don't want to talk to this guy anymore, and then I think that is just going to be enough to set him off completely. So let's have Markos go inside really quick. It is so hard to narrate things. It is so incredibly freaking difficult. Where is Six going? Wait, hold on. He just missed him. Realized he just literally passed him. This bar is poppin'. Okay, so these two are gonna gossip. He's gonna say in passing. He's like, what, the guy over there on the bench? Are you serious? No, absolutely not. I feel like this is where Six is going to try to prove his loyalty, and he's so lucky that dude disappeared. So I'm gonna have him come out here for a second And oh, look at him stomping too. He is so rough and tough. Did that guy come back inside? No, he left, y'all. He did. He's gone. That was probably a good thing too, because if he comes back, it's not going to be good for him. We're just going to kind of pick a fight with somebody. I don't know who we should pick a fight with. I'm going to just come over here and let me see. I don't know what to do. Be mean. Rude introduction. Is that what he wanted to do? He just wanted to be mean to somebody. Like, what are you looking at? You know what I mean? I think something along those lines. Like, he's just trying to be a tough boy right now. So Markos is texting Six, come back in. Like we're gonna get kicked out. Like, you're causing this really big scene. Maybe what we should do is like turn on some music, offer a seductive dance. No, we're not doing all that. Change the station. What should we listen to? Alternative. We'll come over and play some cards. Okay, we're just trying to stay out of trouble because Six just got out of jail. We don't need him going back in at all. So we're gonna play some cards. We're gonna relax a little bit. And whew, that was getting intense there for a second. I wasn't sure what he was gonna do. I'm just being so argumentative and like problematic. I mean, not okay. Actually, to be honest with you, it was kind of, well, it was the old man's fault. Okay, he started throwing some things around that he should have probably kept to himself, right? And Markos can be a hothead too. Like, that part did not just die overnight. He can totally be a hothead, but somebody questioning his loyalty is just, you just don't do that, right, in his world. And so Six overhearing that, he wasn't down at all. He's got nothing to lose. Markos does, you know? So it is 3 o'clock in the freaking morning. I don't know if we're gonna call it a wrap or not. Probably, right? It is so late. Where is Six gonna go? He wants to become friends. Okay, so he was causing beef, but he's like, no, you're actually pretty cool, dude. He also wants to attend a party and he wants to have another drink. Markos is feeling awful. I have no idea what's going on. Oh, he's drunk. Oh no. Oh no. He definitely freaking overdid it. He's got to go to the bathroom. He's tired. See, this is exactly why he didn't want to continue. Well, not continue, but this is the very thing that he is trying to avoid getting wrapped up in. But like I said earlier, he's a big boy. He can make his own decisions. Let's see if Six also needs to go to the bathroom. I'm thinking he'll probably come home with us tonight and we'll like put maybe like sleeping bag in the tattoo shop or something, just so he has a place to sleep. But we need to leave because we literally almost just got kicked out. I gotta be honest with this one. I feel like Markos is having some serious anxiety right now over this entire situation, knowing that he was so close to being involved in a bar brawl over something so silly that he might have fueled it just a little bit is really terrifying. Hear me out. The reason why he also has such a soft spot for Six is because Six is a good person somewhere deep down. He has a lot, and I mean a lot, to strive for, a lot to be better for. Yes, he has some really awful habits that are definitely weighing him down, but his biggest motivator is his son. Yes, Six is a father. Unfortunately, he hasn't seen his son or talked to his son in years, obviously, because he was in jail. And the mother of his child thought it would be better for their son to not have any contact with him while he was in jail. I don't know if that's going to change for him, but he is trying to build a better rap for himself. I just don't know if he has as much motivation to do it as Markos does, but hopefully he'll prove us wrong. So I'm gonna have him come into the bathroom. He's going to wash his hands, maybe get a little bit of water, brush his teeth, and then we'll have him go and lay in the little sleeping bag that Markos set up for him. Come on, bro. You can't deny my talent. You need me. We'll make Risky Ink even more incredible. So this morning, tell me why did Markos unlock the front door? And lo and behold, there was a brand new tattoo chair from only the sim gods nowhere, just sitting here, just literally freaking sitting here. And all of a sudden we have 3,676 simoleons. I'm very curious to know where those came from. Listen, I'm not completely oblivious by any means. I have my assumptions on how he got that, but you know, ignorance is truly bliss, and we are in a very sticky situation here for sure. I keep getting into the detail about what happened back in prison, what happened back, like, you know, when they got arrested together. And the only reason Markos got out sooner is because, well, Six took a lot of the bad rap, and so it cut his sentence by years. And so there is this small little sense of like, I owe Six something that lingers in Markos's mind, and I wish I could scream to the sim gods like, no, don't do it. This is such a bad idea. But I don't really know that for sure. I really don't. And also another thing that kind of sits with Markos is the fact that he really does want Six to be able to see his son again and be an active dad. Even though Markos doesn't have any children, don't worry, none that I know of anyway. He does have like that sense of, you know, compassion for him in that regard. But still, regardless of all that, Markos is hesitant to hire Six as an official part of the Risky Inc. family. However, there is one test that Six could possibly pass to persuade him to actually take him as a hire. He's just got to put his talent where his mouth is. Markos has been dying for a brand new tattoo, and we are about to experience Six's skills firsthand. I'm a little bit nervous because the last time he did this was literally before he went to jail, and he used to do a lot of tattoos in jail too. But yeah, we'll see how it turns out. This is permanent. I'm a little bit nervous to see the final result here, but I'm kind of excited to get a new tattoo on my body, and I think this would be a great way to give somebody in need an opportunity. Am I just being way too generous? We're definitely going in fully committed on this one. Markos is going to get another sleeve on the other arm. He's been wanting a sleeve for a very long time, but there's just very few artists he trusts, so I'm really hoping, fingers crossed, Six doesn't slip on this one. Dude, this is seriously so sweet. You know what? Fine, you're hired. So Six is officially a new hire here at Risky Inc. I'm really gonna just go into this feeling very optimistic. If anything, Markos hopes that this will be enough of an incentive to get his life back together. Maybe even possibly move out of the Sunset Motel. That's where he lives back in Oasis Springs. So going from Oasis Springs to North Haven definitely is a little bit of a hike. Thankfully, he does actually have a car, so there's that. And everybody and their mother is playing with my basketball hoops, and maybe we need to revise a couple things, but I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up this episode here. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, you know what to do, but don't forget to go ahead and comment, rate, and subscribe. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below where the sun doesn't shine, and yeah, I'll see y'all next time. Bye guys.